Well, Anarch has 7 players today. It's actually the lowest representation if you don't count the Singleton Atom player.
Oh, okay, okay.
And NBN, Christopher, actually one of only 2 NBN players who have shown up today.
And guys, that's not a typo.
And that is making news.
Not a typo. He is 100% playing making news right now. I'm excited. What is going to happen?
I feel like making news has had a real resurgence recently of players recognizing these traces. They can really matter.
Right. Now, granted, I'm not gonna, I'm definitely not gonna sing its praises, saying it's ultimately the best, NBN ID.
Sure.
We know there's a reason why it hasn't been played very often.
Yeah.
But there's an interesting interaction I feel like, because when you look at Resistor, when you start getting those tags, you ignore them and just pay the trace now, right?
Yeah.
That's a little harder when you got making news.
That's right.
And you can just say, you know what, that trace is on trace 6 when you encounter this the first time. It's interesting.
There are certainly, I think, going to be a number of opportunities for making news to really make a difference.
Is that a restructured data pool?
Oh, it looks like we have restructured data
What?
pool and media blitz.
What is happening? That is crazy.
All right, we have got an install from Chris there, just a credit. So Waroid Tracker also in hand.
That's insane.
Another great way to leverage the traces there. And Ross on Whizzard, I don't believe we've mentioned yet. Surprising no one, I think. The ID clearly a very powerful one these days. Ooh, Salset Slum on the board from turn 1. Christopher definitely has to respect that.
And I mean, I want to say this, like, because you put it out the Waroid Tracker. I mean, I don't think I've ever, honestly, I don't think I've ever seen that slotted, but it's interesting.
Well, I have experienced it a few times myself, actually out of making news, if I'm not mistaken. If you put that in a remote with perhaps your Sands or whatever else is in there, it can be taxing, and it can be a real challenge.
Right.
Now, whether we'll see that do work here, unclear.
Wow.
All right, so
Well,
Ross getting money, getting ready.
That's what he does.
I think Christopher had a Data Raven on there, if I'm not mistaken, on that remote.
That's true. I think it was Data Raven.
Will he res?
He's going to res that. You have to res Data Raven. I mean, he's going to, and Ross is going to bounce. He has to. Yeah, he bounced.
Yep. So
you always bounce that.
Going to take a look in HQ and no res.
No, this is risky because he has that restructured. Oh. Okay.
Sees the media blitz there, I believe, which can definitely raise some questions about what is happening. What is his game plan? Media blitz, of course, allowing Christopher to copy the ability, or the text rather, of an agenda in the runner score area, which gives him the ability to restructure data pool no matter what.
Interesting. And it looks like, man, Ross has got employee strike here, so he can shut it down. He's going to shut down that ability. But the thing is, it's always funny to me, like, you know how there's some cards in the game that they're subtle, they're good, but they're not overpowered. Whoa. And so, wow, what a great inject.
Peddler, Gamble, Parasite, very nice.
Wow. But there's some cards in the game that are so good that you have trouble. They're good enough to where maybe you don't trash them.
Sure.
But it'll help you if you do. And E-Strike is in the same vein here. It's useful, but the question is, how useful versus ID is it? Is it massively?
Well, now that Ross has seen the media blitz, which of course is itself a current, he may wait until Christopher plays that and then use the employee strike not to shut off his ID so much as to counteract the media blitz.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
All right. Got some cards there. Finds an Astro script. Oh, boy. Oh,
classic.
And install advance, actually. It looks like coming out of Chris. Oh, all right.
All right.
He says, employee strike, I will use you now. And
so what card, what is this?
Ross saying, I'm not taking any of that. I will take that tag.
Yep.
And trace me.
He said,
bro.
He doesn't have, well, he still, correct me if I'm wrong, doesn't he still have the credits for making news?
Wow.
Wow.
Christopher attempted to use the restructured data pool and or to gain the restructured data pool, and Ross says no thank you.
He said, yeah, not today.
I will take that.
Not today.
Ooh, and unfortunately Media Blitz being discarded by Christopher Oh, but he has another one in hand.
Why not? You know, just use it.
Sure.
What? Oh, man. He's going to say, hey, Trace.
Oh, no. That is going to give Christopher the ability to trace Ross.
Oh, wow.
Every turn.
How annoying. That's so annoying.
For a tag.
Wow.
So restructured data pool, that's the 3-point agenda with a trace 2 and a click. And if successful, it gives the runner a tag.
I like it. I mean, for what Christopher's trying to do here, that's really interesting. You basically say, look, you're tagged. And he may even say, I'm going to do it again, Trace 2. You're going to pay 2.
Yep. Unbelievable. Christopher establishing very early on in the game that Ross, as you're saying, I think just kind of has to accept a tagged state.
Right.
Unless he can find a way out of this jam.
I mean, this sort of reminds me of the old school, like, I can't remember the name of it, but like the old school lock private security force decks, where people would score the restructured data pool, and they would go, well, private security force, take a meet, take a meet, take a meet. Are you going to move a tag? Well, take another tag, take a meet, take a meet. Like it made it very difficult because you had to balance between how many tags you had and drawing cards.
Crazy.
Classic, man. Christopher went back in the archives.
He figured it out, and goes ahead, trashes the Temujin contract.
And this makes me wondering: is Chris running like a closed accounts? Does he?
I have to imagine he is. That would be a very nice card.
Yeah, I mean,
to use.
just to lock the runner that way is so interesting.
Yep, Ross. I think just resigned to the fact that tags will occur.
Yeah.
In abundance.
As long as Media Blitz is there, well. Now the question is, does Chris also have any other way to punish because of the tags?
Right. Maybe Ross has to be thinking about what is Christopher's long-term game plan.
Right. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to tag the runner, you got to think either you're going to want to kill them, what is it, psychographics them, something.
Sure.
Some way to utilize these tags efficiently.
And maybe Ross is thinking that he now has a window in which he has yet to be really punished for having tags.
Yeah.
So he needs to get as many points as he can, as quickly as he can.
Yeah.
Before
MCA.
The bad things rain down. MCA, not necessarily a card I imagine going to get played anytime soon. But it's going to HQ through the wraparound.
Ross successfully not hitting the Astro.
Man.
All right. So he's running R&D, giving him a credit. Okay.
Okay.
Oh. And he knows it's coming.
So that closed accounts
Probably
is
soon.
really going to dictate the pace at which Ross gains credits
Yeah.
for the next several turns. I think he has to really respect that.
Yeah, and if you're Chris here, do you just tag again? Do you just tag him again? Just say, you know what, whatever, just tag you.
I think it depends on how Christopher feels like his deck's clock is going, right?
Yeah.
Does he have time? Does he have extra clicks on his turn to ensure that Ross is tagged?
That's true.
And does his game plan require Ross to be tagged with several tags?
Yeah.
Or just one?
That's fair.
So we will see. Ooh, Data Ward over HQ.
Wow.
Huge piece of ice.
That's good.
For Ross to need to break. And looks like the closed accounts was played on the last turn.
Yeah.
Which will significantly slow Ross down.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, this is going to make things very difficult for Ross as far as like keeping up, because even it being at 0, it makes pop-up window an incredibly annoying thing to deal with.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, you got to give him something.
And Christopher not having many credits himself, I think both players really needing to establish themselves economically.
Yeah, and look, Chris is hedging his bet. He says like, hey, I'm going to put this ice in front of the Data Raven, and I think he installed the Astro.
Ooh, Mimic and Parasite on the Street Peddler. Pretty solid cards. And Ross very wisely saying, you know what? No pop-up window for you.
Yeah.
Parasite it is.
Oh, was that a Resistor? I think it was.
Resistor's going to be pretty nice for him.
Yeah.
Now he does have a David in hand, so if he wants a Strength 5 Resistor, he could get it.
That's true.
But yeah. Very nice piece of ice on R&D there.
Wow. It's a lot of cards drawn for Christopher.
Yep.
Makes me wonder what he's digging for, perhaps?
Yeah, so if he is hoping to leverage the tags, he could be looking for a way to. Yep. Okay. So only at strength 2 and finds
another one. Oh, what is that?
Net quarantine, I believe. So on 5 points, very quickly, and that'll actually deactivate the media blitz.
Yep.
So net quarantine, recently released agenda for advancement, and 2 points. And it reduces the runner's base length strength to 0, which
doesn't really have an effect
Making
here.
News likes.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, it just puts the traces in a really nice spot. But unfortunately, it was stolen, and so Ross is on 5.
Ross is on 5. I mean, this is kind of scary because we know, like, if you had GFI or something, yeah. But the thing is that restructured data pool is integral to Christopher's strategy using Media Blitz. So Ross being at 5 means he doesn't even need a lot of money at this point.
Yep.
Just play carefully. Play carefully and go for the singles and accesses, and he'll be fine. They need to remove that Media Blitz, though.
That is true. It is sitting there as if it's still in play, but Christopher has not made use of the restructured data pool ability in the last few turns, so maybe he won't.
And this is where I think it would have made a difference, right? Because with that paper clip in play, Ross is pretty efficient at breaking it.
Right.
So, you know, without the – I mean, think about this. Ross at 1 credit right now means that even without Media Blitz, if he initiates the trace – no, he can't. We can't do it. But I'm saying with Ross at 1 credit, if he initiates that trace, Ross can't do anything. He just takes a 3rd tag.
Yep.
So now he has to pay 2 now for resistor, and then 3. Like, it just makes it worse.
So Ross has gained a 3rd tag. I have to imagine they believe that's off of the Media Blitz, but I don't think that should be in play. But we will see if they catch that one.
Yeah. It's up to the players.
So Data Sucker is going to be really nice here because it's going to allow Ross to circumvent the additional strength on resistor. Okay, so the players have recognized their error here and have resolved it.
Okay, so they at least they noticed it
in removing the tag.
Good.
Yep. Okay.
So Christopher does have momentum. The Astro scored.
Yes.
So the question is, what is he looking for now?
That's very true. Yes. In the heat of battle, Astro script. Very nice.
Yeah. I mean,
we'll give him an avenue to get agendas out of hand. So maybe Christopher just shores up R&D and says this is the place to lock him down.
Mm-hmm. I mean, because that is where Ross is going to go at this point, knowing that he doesn't have money, and money could be gone at any time.
Ooh, an advancement in the remote there.
What is happening?
I didn't quite catch what the outermost piece of ice on the remote was, but I imagine Christopher is confident it will do the job.
Yeah, we hope. We hope.
Oh, liberated accounts off the top for Ross. Not what he wants to see.
Yeah, it's not going to do much here right now.
Could certainly be fodder for the net-ready eyes.
That's true. That's true. I mean, if Ross can make it to 6, he might just say, install, take them all. Macrophage.
Ooh, macrophage and R&D is pretty phenomenal. Lots of traces. And that Data Sucker is toast. Super toast. Parasite removed from the game. Yeah, yep. All good things for Christopher there.
Wow.
Very, very pleased.
Man, Macrophage got stern because of making news. What?
And don't forget, it's got a nice little trace 1 and the run on the end, and that will keep Ross out of R&D for that turn.
I like it. Man, Christopher's making the most use out of making news. That's crazy.
This is some serious making news play, leveraging a lot of recently released cards to great effect.
Right. Oh, boy.
Okay, challenging the remote here on 5 credits.
What is it? Oh, my gosh.
Ooh, okay.
But this is actually really bad. Because can't Ross just brute force the money?
Well, he is on 3 credits. Could get to strength 3, and Christopher can keep him out, I believe, with the trace 1 at the end of Macrophage.
But can't Ross just go gain, run again?
That is true.
Like, am I missing something? Like, I guess I'm trying to figure out what would stop him from going gain, run again, and take it.
Interesting.
Oh, you know what? What if it's Quantum?
That would certainly be a good card for Christopher to rerunning. If he can tag the runner as reliably as it seems like he's done this game, Sure.
Yeah. Man, if it was quantum, that would be sick. That would be crazy. Man.
Plenty of time for both players, but I think, honestly, both of them are probably feeling fairly pressured.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, David, the program David being used there.
Wow.
Through the final sub of Macrophage.
I haven't seen David in a while.
Ross just sort of conceding that the virus is...
There it is. Wow.
Okay, then.
Wait, that was a GFI?
Wow.
Oh, wow. Holy crap.
The 7th point found on top of R&D. Holy moly.
That was insane. What an insane, what an insane deck.
This has been a real trend these days, having these matches where it seems like one player's got a heavy advantage and the other player, they find a way.
Yeah.
And in this case, Ross found a way.
That was insane.
He was down, but he was certainly not out, as we have learned multiple times. Very exciting matches on both sides. Unexpected and exciting ends.